on Sports Central tonight. Dates announced. Sri Lanka Cricket announced the dates for the 6th edition of the Lanka Premier League, which was postponed due to the aim of focusing on the upcoming T20 World Cup co-hosted by Sri Lanka. Big scores. After a sensational batting display by seniors Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, India sets a big total for visiting South Africa to chase, and despite some middle-order scares, the home side ensures no shame falls upon them at the home turf.
Oh, he hit that all right. That's up in the air, should be taken. Rohit Sharma underneath it. So India win the first one-day international.
Max for a reason. After great strategic execution by Red Bull and Max Verstappen, the four-time world champion overpowered the two McLarens and takes the championship race towards the final round in Abu Dhabi, where the 2025 championship can now go in three different directions.
Norris through.
Still a contender for the Formula One World Championship. Max Verstappen will not be moved. He heads to Abu Dhabi with a fighting chance still to win it.
And Premier Drew. Makeshift striker Mikel Merino scores a crucial equaliser against 10-men Chelsea as leaders Arsenal moved 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League after yesterday's clash.
Managed to get his cross in. It's a good one and it's 1-1. Mikel Merino.
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Renut Varnasurya.
Hello and welcome to our starting bulletin for this week on Sports Central right here on Derana News channel. Well, we hope you're all safe and sound amid the recent weather conditions, and we urge everyone to follow the guidance issued by relevant authorities to ensure the safety of all Sri Lankans. Now, moving on to today's sporting highlights, we begin with the latest developments coming from the Lankan Premier League. Sri Lankan Cricket says that the 6th edition of the Lanka Premier League will be held from the 8th of July to the 8th of August next year. The 6th edition of LPL was originally scheduled to be held this month. The tournament was postponed considering the broader requirement for the preparations of the host venues well in advance for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. The ICC T20 World Cup will be co-hosted by Sri Lanka and India during February to March next year. With this decision, the 5-team tournament, Sri Lanka's topmost domestic T20 competition, will return to a mid-year window as in several previous editions. Bangladesh Under-17s recorded a hard-fought 27-run victory over Sri Lanka Under-17s in their first 3-day encounter over the weekend. The match was played at the Shere Bangla Stadium in Mirpur.
Batting first, Bangladesh Under-17s totaled 120 runs before being bowled out. Arvito Ghosh top scored with 36. Manita Rajapaksha was the pick of the bowlers with 4 for 29, while Gimhan Mendis and Himaru Deshan bagged 2 wickets each. Then Bangladesh Under-17s were able to restrict Sri Lanka's first innings for 102 runs. Sanul Weeraratne made 27. Bangladesh totaled 247 runs in their second innings. Junaid Hossain top scored with 87 runs, while Himaru Deshan picked up 6 for 83 runs. Chasing 266 runs to win, Sri Lanka Under-17s gave hosts a good fight before being bowled out for 238 runs in their second innings. Sanu Weeraratne top scored with 61 runs, while Arosha Situmina made 40 runs. The second and final 3-day encounter between the two sides will commence tomorrow.
Sri Lanka's stand-in T20 national captain Dasun Shanaka has become the most expensive signing among the overseas players at the Bangladesh Premier League. He was bought by Dhaka Capitals for $55,000. Meanwhile, Angelo Matthews and Niroshan Dikwala were sold at their category A base price of $35,000 to Chittagong Royals and Sylhet Titans respectively. This was the BPL's first auction since the inaugural edition in 2012. The rest of the editions have been done through the drafting process. The BPL will be contested by 6 teams: Dhaka Capitals, Rangpur Riders, Rajshahi Warriors, Naukali Express, Sylhet Titans and Chittagong Royals. The tournament is likely to be started on the 26th of this month. Let's head into a short commercial break. More sporting highlights coming right after this. Stay tuned, you are watching Sports Central on Derana News channel. Welcome back to Sports Central right here on Other Derana News Channel. We are moving to the South Africa tour of India now. Virat Kohli added to his world record the most ODI hundreds. Rohit Sharma brought up the world record for most ODI sixes. And a Sunday full house on a pleasant evening in Ranchi enjoyed watching India beat South Africa in a close first one-day international of the three-match series.
Jansen, Jaiswal.
Kohli and Rohit turned back the clock in a 136-run partnership, and Kohli went on to long enough to hit 7 sixes, and the fast bowlers inflicted just enough damage before the pitch eased out in the dew under the lights. Rohit smashed 57 runs off 51 balls with 5 fours and 3 sixes, but it was Kohli who took the upper hand, scoring a century and becoming the individual to record most one-day international centuries. He scored 135 runs off 120 balls with 11 fours and 7 maximums.
Australia shot. Oh, what a shot that is. More runs, 4 more. He gets it. It's number 52. He gets it with a boundary, punches there in delight. It's been a long wait. This is the format he plays now. And he would have silenced a lot of people.
O'Neill Bartman and Marco Jansen got a breakthrough for South Africa, but making sure the run rate remained steady, skipper Lokesh Rahul alongside experienced Ravindra Jadeja got together and made India's innings more stronger.
Absolute blinder.
Now KL Rahul, that's how he can bat. Inside out now. There's a fielder, it will beat him.
Rahul scored 60 while Jadeja contributed with a quick 32 off 20 balls. At the end, India put up a massive score of 359, losing 8 wickets. Chasing 350 on a visiting pitch, it was quite the challenge for the Proteas.
Brilliant! We've seen some great shots today.
Round figure for South Africa to chase down. Here we are. On the money straight away.
Arshdeep Singh and Harshit Rana dismantled the experienced top order, with Arshdeep Singh sending in Markram for 7 and Rana dismissing Ryan Rickelton and Quinton de Kock. But then South Africa turned the table with a sensational middle order which contributed immensely to the chase.
No, 2 in the over. And 2 biggies, 2 left-handers. Another one bites the dust.
Matthew Breese with 72 runs, Tony D'Souza with 39 runs and Deval Brevis with 39 runs gave hope for the visitors.
Beautifully done. On the up, had that gap. Oh, trying to take evasive action. Lovely flourish to that shot.
But it was when Marco Jansen and Corbin Bush smashing the Indian team got the real scare. Kuldeep Yadav was a saviour for India as he did not let the middle order continue and compose themselves. Harshit Rana also joined him, picking up another wicket. Jansen went off to score 70 runs off just 39 balls and Bosch supported with 67 runs.
Oh, he hit that all right. Was in his hitting arc. Well, now it's got height. It's got height, just enough distance as well. No misses at the moment, they're all going off the centre of the bat.
But when Kuldeep and Arshdeep dismissed Jansen and Bosch respectively, India was back alive in the game. With the bowlers stepping up when needed, South Africa were bowled out in the final over when they were on 332 runs and the home team took the lead in the series, winning the first game.
That's up in the air, should be taken. Rohit Sharma underneath it. So India win the first one-day international by 17 runs. It's been a tremendous fight by South Africa. And a good hand by Bosch there towards the end. 67 from 51. But it's India who take the lead.
Formula One's 2025 title fight will be settled by a thrilling three-way decider in Abu Dhabi after Max Verstappen beat Oscar Piastri in the Qatar Grand Prix and championship leader Lando Norris finished only 4th.
3 contenders for the title and an epic run to turn number 1. If Lando wins tonight, he's champion of the world. Here come the lights in Qatar. We're underway and racing to turn number 1. Even reaction time. Verstappen is on Norris immediately.
The battle for victory yesterday dramatically turned on the appearance of the safety car on lap 7 after collision over 9th place between Nico Hülkenberg and Pierre Gasly. McLaren teammates Piastri and Norris, running first and third at the time, did not immediately pit, whereas second place Verstappen did, with the Red Bull driver followed in for fresh tyres by all but one car behind him.
A whole bunch of cars coming in fact most of the field it looks like.
So you're just on the window of being able to pit once more. The timing of it is neat, but they've got to run 2 different compounds of time. That's why they're double stacking at Mercedes.
With the race stints at this event being limited to a maximum of 25 laps due to tyre concerns on the high-speed track, meaning a 2-stop strategy was effectively locked in for the 57-lap race, McLaren's decision to stay out meant their drivers still needed to make 2 visits to the pits, whereas Verstappen, who was right behind them in a safety car queue, only needed to stop once more. McLaren's strategy relied on their car proving sufficiently faster than Verstappen's Red Bull, or benefiting from a second later safety car later on to overhaul him, but neither scenario materialized, much to their title-chasing driver's cost. Piastri finished second, but Norris, who would have clinched his maiden title with a round to spare with a victory, was only 4th. Max Verstappen won the race after his great driving and the Red Bull's wonderful strategy, and now he stands in the second position in the driver's standings with 396 points, just ahead Piastri, who is on 392.
He moved. He heads to Abu Dhabi with a fighting chance still to win it all. Grand Prix win number 70 in his career. Piastri comes home in second. Sainz will complete the podium if he gets a clean final turn of the racetrack. We come across the line and the gap between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris is 12 points heading into the final Grand Prix of the season.
Championship leader Lando Norris is still on the top with 404 points, and the anticipation builds for this weekend, with the title now has the possibility to go in 3 different directions at Abu Dhabi.
The world, and Max Verstappen somehow is still part of that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, we did the right call there, of course, to box. So I was very happy with that. And then I knew, of course, that to the end we just had to do our best possible stint. So after the safety car, of course, they went flat out, and I had to manage my tires a bit. But I think overall, over the whole race, we were not too bad in pace. I mean, we didn't have the pace of McLaren, but of course, when you make that call, you already have quite a big gap just with the pit stop, almost like a free pit stop. So, very happy to win. I know, of course, the gap came down quite a bit, but at the same time, you need to be realistic. I think winning it on pure pace, probably not, but anything can happen in a race like it showed today.
Yeah, you said anything can happen. Can you quite believe this turnaround? We're talking about 104 points down to 12. You can go all in Abu Dhabi.
I mentioned it before. It's us, of course, nailing weekends, maximizing points, not making mistakes, where others do make mistakes. If that's driver mistakes, team mistakes, but we're in it, and it will keep it interesting.
I've been pretty gut-wrenching, to be honest. I think, felt like I drove probably the best weekend I've had this year, if not in F1. So to not have the results is painful.
Moving on to Abu Dhabi next weekend, you're still in the fight. How do you approach it? What's the mindset going into that one?
Just try and drive how I did this weekend. That's all I can do. I obviously need a lot of things to go in my direction. So I'll just try and be as fast as I can and put myself in the best position possible and see what happens.
I mean, the car was good. Oscar finished second and he was very quick, so nothing to complain about. Just strategy as the second car is always just a bit worse, and had me over today. So no, not even that. It wasn't even the fact with the second car. We shouldn't have done what we did. So simple as that.
Was there any damage after that moment?
No idea. I can't see.
No, sure. And you're still top of the standings, heading to Abu Dhabi. How are you feeling moving on to that one now?
I feel good. Actually not the best day, but it is what it is. So.
More motorsporting updates now. Toyota's Sebastian Ogier secured a record equaling 9th World Rally title in Saudi Arabia to equal the tally of fellow Frenchman Sébastien Loeb and become the sport's oldest champion at 41 years of age.
Elfyn Evans, who had hoped to become the first British champion since Richard Burns in 2001, started the rally 3 points clear but lost his lead over the first 2 days. He took 5 bonus points with the final power stage, but Ogier was second in that to limit the damage. It's been such a successful season and I'm proud and very happy to be part of this family, Ogier said after the final stage. The rally itself was won by Hyundai's outgoing champion Thierry Neuville, with the Belgian finishing 54.7 seconds clear of French teammate Adrien Fourmont. Saudi Arabia was making its debut on the World Championship calendar as the first round staged in the Middle East since Jordan in 2011. Ogier won 6 titles consecutively from 2013 to 2018 and added 2 more in 2020 and 2021. He has found success with 3 different manufacturers, Volkswagen, Ford and Toyota. He had announced his intention to retire from full-time rallying at the end of 2021 but has continued part-time and won his latest title despite being absent from 3 of the 14 rounds, winning 6. The Frenchman will be 42 on the 17th of December and is now the oldest driver to win the World Championship. The previous oldest was Finland's Hannu Mikkola at 41 years and 183 days in 1983.
There is only a great champion when you have great opponent, and they've been super strong, pushing us to the limit up to the very last stage of the year. So yeah, well done to you guys anyway, to the whole Toyota Gazoo racing team. It's been such a successful season, and proud and very happy to be part of this family.
Another short break now. More sporting action coming right after this. Stay tuned. You're watching Other Derana Sports Central. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sports Central right here on Other Derana News Channel. Sweden's pole vault sensation Moto Duplantis and American 400-meter world champion Sydney McLaughlin-Lebron were named World Athletes of the Year yesterday. Duplantis, along with retaining his gold medal at the World Championships in Tokyo in September, continued his dominance of the event, breaking his own world record another 4 times and was undefeated in 16 competitions. The 26-year-old also won a 5th consecutive Diamond League title. McLaughlin-Lebron, also like Duplantis, is also undefeated for the 2 years in both 400-meter flat, her main event in 2025, and in the 400 meters hurdles. Her winning time of 47.78 seconds in Tokyo was the second fastest 400 meter of all time, and the 26-year-old became the first athlete to have ever won world titles in both the 400 meter flat and 400 meter hurdles. She also formed part of the US 4x400 meter gold medal winning relay team at the World Championships. Moving to Premier League updates now, makeshift striker Mikel Merino scored a crucial equaliser against 10-men Chelsea as leaders Arsenal moved 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League.
Gustavo, he's got it under control. He's got Estevao one way and Joao Pedro the other. Pass wasn't perfect, but Estevao got there anyway. Can he find a finish? Gave it to Enzo Fernandez, who got it on target.
The game's big moment came in the 38th minute when Chelsea midfielder Moises Caicedo was sent off following a video assistant referee review for a late tackle that connected with Merino's shin, his side's 6th red card of the season. 10-man Chelsea took the lead shortly after half-time when Trevor Chalobah's flicked header from a corner looped over David Ryan into the bottom corner. Arsenal levelled 11 minutes later when Spain international Merino headed in Bukayo Saka's in-swinging cross at the far post. There were 7 yellow cards to add to Caicedo's red in a tense, feisty contest as Chelsea dominated much of the first half with Estevao Willian having 2 good chances. Arsenal were without first-choice centre-backs Gabriel and William Saliba for only the second time since 2021, and their only real effort of the first half fell to Saka, who fired at Robert Sanchez at the near post. The draw means Arsenal move 5 points clear of second-place Manchester City, while Chelsea are a further point back in third. The Gunners are now unbeaten in 17 games in all competitions, stretching back to the 30th of August.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup draw is set to take place this Friday. United States President Donald Trump announced in August this year that Washington's John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts will host the 2026 World Cup draw. Trump's announcement came as he oversees a $257 million renovation at the Kennedy Center, which he has said will be a centerpiece of the 250th US anniversary celebrations next year. The 2026 World Cup, co-hosted by the United States, Canada and Mexico, will be the first with 48 teams and will feature 104 matches. Canada will host 13 games, including 10 in the group stage, split evenly between Toronto and Vancouver. Mexico will also get 13 games, including 10 during the group stage in Mexico City, Guadalajara and Monterrey. The rest of the tournament will be held in 11 cities across the United States. The inaugural 48-team World Cup will kick off at the Mexico City's Estadio Azteca, which will become the first stadium to host 3 World Cup opening matches, with the final set on the 19th of July at the MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Meanwhile, Spain cannot meet Argentina, and France will not face England before the World Cup final, provided they win their groups, after FIFA announced the draw procedure on the 25th of November. The rule aims to maintain competitive balance in the expanded 48-team format, ensuring the top-ranked team Spain and number 2 world champions Argentina are in opposite halves of the bracket, with the same applying to number 3 France and number 4 England. The top 4 seeded countries will not be able to meet until the semi-finals for the first time in the tournament history if those teams win their groups. The 2026 World Cup draw takes place this Friday in Washington, with the updated match schedule, including stadiums and kickoff times, to be released on the 6th of December, which is Saturday. Hosts Canada, Mexico and United States are in Pot 1, which includes Spain, Argentina, France, England, Brazil, Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Pot 2 has Croatia, Morocco, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Senegal, Iran, Uruguay, South Korea, Ecuador, Austria and Australia. Pot 3 will include Norway, Panama, Egypt, Algeria, Scotland, Paraguay, Tunisia, Ivory Coast, Uzbekistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and South Africa. And finally, Pot 4 will be Jordan, Cape Verde, Ghana, Curacao, Haiti, New Zealand and the winners from the European Playoff A, B, C and D and the FIFA Playoff Tournament 1 and 2. Confederation constraints will apply, with no group having more than 1 team from the same region except UEFA, which has 16 representatives and can place up to 2 teams in a group. The tournament in the United States, Mexico and Canada kicks off on the 11th of June and the final will be played on the 19th in New Jersey. And with that, we conclude today's bulletin on Other Derana Sports Central. Well, we value your feedback, so don't forget to send it via email at feedback.adnsenglish@derana.lk or via WhatsApp at 076-805-7933. We'll return tomorrow with more sporting highlights. Until then, stay safe and have a good night.